Well, good evening. Good evening, Carolina Martinez, gerente Dio Jumilla. Good evening, Esther, marketing manager. And good evening, folks in Poland and in Spain, of course. And we start. This is the first. This is the first seminar after the new regulation was launched, or the second. Anyway, a big mess with the excise. So happily we are here. And we start. Carolina, the voice is given to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Piotr. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to be here in this seminar on Jumilla wines. I'm going to be giving you a very short and hopefully helpful introduction about Jumilla wines, so that before the tasting and the meeting with the different wineries, you get an overall idea of our amazing wine region, where there's this diversity of wines that I'm sure you're going to adore. So just to get us started, where are we located? Jumilla, the Jumilla Dio region. We are in only 3-hour drive from Madrid, around 300 kilometers from Madrid, and only 1-hour drive or 100 kilometers from the Mediterranean coast. So in case you are ever interested in coming to Jumilla, those two places, Madrid and Alicante in the Mediterranean coast, are very good places to start your trip. Jumilla is quite a big territory, our wine region, and it comprises two parts of Castilla-La Mancha region and Murcia region. 7 towns are part of Jumilla, which you see here in the map. Please. These are the main features I would like to talk to you about when we talk about Jumilla. Of course, one needs to mention the long tradition there is in this area for wine and for vineyards. There are archaeological remains from 5,000 years ago that from Vitis vinifera seeds, grape seeds, that manifest that vineyards, and we like to say that monastral vineyards were already present in Jumilla. And sorry, can you go over the next slide? Also, regarding winemaking, the importance of the different ancient civilizations that have lived in Jumilla is very, very big, such as the Iberians or the Roman Empire, which played a very important role in this area thousands of years ago. And ever since, ground wine making has been part of this region. And in modern times, when we talk about modern wine industry, we need to go to the 60s to find the origin of the designation of origin, the DO, created, one of the oldest in Spain, and 1966, when officially DO Jumilla was recognized in Spain, and the Regulatory Council, which I represent, and so does Esther, was created. Next slide, please. Now we'll talk about our very special terroir, which make the region a very unique place. And of course, we'll talk about its climate and all soils and vines. The climate in Jumilla is semi-continental with some influence of the Mediterranean, but has very semi-arid conditions. There are very, 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 very scarce rainfall in Jumilla, under 300 millimeters per year. So we're in a very dry area, but which is excellent for quality wine making. The average temperature is around 15 degrees Celsius, with very hot summers and very cold winters. Some specific features, such as the dry winds, keep the vineyard very healthy, and also refreshing morning fogs that refresh, as I say, the vines in the scorching days of the summer. This is a very, very sunny area, so there is no problem for ripening in Jumilla with more than 3,000 hours of sun per year. Regarding altitude and soils and vines, as I said before, the territory is quite extensive. We have, but the medium altitude is, the average altitude, sorry, is quite high, over 400 meters above sea level. So the vineyard, despite being so close to the sea, the vineyard glows at a quite high altitude, and can reach even 1,000 meters above sea level. This, with different slopes and sun exposures and soil, make it a very interesting place for growing quality vines and making quality wines. The nature of the geology surrounding us is mainly calcareous limestone material, so our soils are mainly limestone and calcareous soils, with very small volcanic areas from very ancient volcanic parts in the region. These soils have excellent water retention characteristics. There's good drainage. They're very deep, so it is ideal for the more of 22,000 hectares of vineyard that we have in the region. Mostly these hectares are growing in the traditional bush vine landscape, like small trees, very separated from each other, so that they don't compete for water, for the scarce water we have. These vines are not irrigated, so it's dry farming mainly. And of course, the yields are quite low, some of the lowest in the world, with around 2 kilos per bush vine. We have a good amount of ungrafted vines, what we call in Spain pie franco, with European root, thanks to these soil and viticulture characteristics. Phylloxera couldn't really spread out, so we have around 800 hectares of pie franco vines. Yes, this is a traditional landscape. Yes, vineyards. And we also like to talk about our beautiful landscape, which is very present in every glass of wine you're going to try. As I said, we're in the middle of La Mancha Plateau and the transition area of La Mancha Plateau and the Mediterranean, with wide valleys, no rivers, absence of permanent watercourses, and surrounded by quite high mountains with peaks that reach almost 1,400 meters. The Mediterranean plants and crops are present all around our vineyards, with olive trees, almond trees, and of course the Mediterranean forest full of pine trees, rosemary, thyme, oregano, which I'm sure you're going to detect in the wines you're going to try. Also, apart from of course of landscape, we need to talk about the human factor. Human factor is key in any wine region, and we are very proud of our over 1,500 vine growers and 42 wineries that work very hard in the region to get the best of our land and that get the best of their work in the wines you're going to taste. These winemakers, these vine growers, they work hard to combine traditional farming with very modern techniques to make the best quality wines they can. Also, we need to mention the important job done by the Regulatory Council that I represent in terms of promotion, of course, in activities like this we're having, but also in control, in quality control and origin control, which are the real essence of a designation of origin. We're very committed to ensure all growers that, consumers, that our product is 100% original from here and traceable. Our growth strategy in Jumilla is to differentiate from other wine regions thanks to our own unique terroir and to transmit the world the strong personality that this region has. We also would like to point out the wine tourism industry that is growing in Jumilla thanks to the effort of the wineries. I believe that most of the wines you're going to try are Monastrell based. Monastrell is the grape variety that really is the most important in our area. It's over 75% of the surface of vines in Jumilla is Monastrell. It's a very indigenous variety. There is no more, this is the place in the world where you can find more Monastrell, the best Monastrell. This is assessed by world wine critics. And we have to thank the own plant for the best adapted to the terroir. It's very climate change resistant because it's such a really strong grape that can fight heat waves, droughts, and all this, giving us wines with strong personality that can be consumed young or with some time in the bottle and in oak aging. So I hope you really enjoyed it. But apart from Monastrell, we also grow other grape varieties in Jumilla, most of them red, as you can see here, Tempranillo, Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, Garnacha Tintorera, which I believe you're going to try. One of the wines today is Garnacha Tintorera, which works really well in the area, and then Garnacha, Merlot, and Petit Verdot. White varieties are gaining importance in Jumilla, but still white wine only represents 5% of the production. So apart from red, white, and rosé wines are also important. Actually, our statistics tell us that whites and reds are growing in importance every year. So can you go please over? Everything I've told you needs to be also put together when we talk when we talk about sustainability. Sustainability in Jumilla is something that wineries and growers work with every day. Wine is it's just the main industry in the region, and it works hand in hand with protecting the environment, giving jobs to the area, and making the economy flourish. So there you have the main pillars of sustainability. And when we talk especially about the environment, we need to highlight that the way the vines are worked in Jumilla, the amount of inputs is so low that the impact in the environment is almost inexistent. And the little impact there is to work with nature to prevent soil erosion, to be able to make organic wines. Almost all our wines can be called organic, although they are not certified, and to make our surroundings, our environment very healthy, with natural flora and fauna thriving in the vineyard and around the vineyard. And I'm going to finish in a bit, but just to give you a couple of tips on the wines and markets of Jumilla of last year statistics. As I said, most of our wines are red. 90% of the production is red, with 5% for whites, 4% for rosés, and 1% for dessert wines. So the tendency for whites and rosés is growing, but of course reds are the most important wines in Jumilla. Wineries sell over 26 million bottles every year, being Spain our main market, but with an astounding 70% of the market share going to more than 90 countries in the world. Here you can see our main markets: the USA being the first, Germany, China, Canada, UK, but Poland comes at a great 6th place. So that's why we want to also work our promotion of Jumilla wines in Poland, because it's a very important market for our wineries, with almost 680,000 bottles sold only in 2022. That's 4% of the market share for exports. And I'm going to finish now with this beautiful picture of this paella style rice that I hope makes you want to come to Jumilla to try the wines here in person. With it's an excellent food pairing for our wines, and I'm sure you will really enjoy the area and to know better the amazing conditions we have here in Jumilla to make the best wines in the world. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the seminar and the tasting, and most especially the wines, the great wines you're going to try today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carolina. Thank you. Well, 6th position last year, and 2 years ago, before we started.
Well, you've always been around 6th, 7th place. Well, lately this year. So in European market, you're absolutely the 2nd most important market after Germany.
After Germany, good. Well, always after Germany, but.
Well, closely to Germany.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, let's start the tasting. And now, en direct from Taipei, Taiwan, Juan Ho. Well, anything may happen because he's very, 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 very far away. Juan, oh well, he's coming. Hello,
yes.
What's the weather like there? Is it winter there? No?
Yeah, but the weather here is more or less always the same. It's like 20 degrees now in the night, and maybe 25 during the day.
Okay. Good. So no winter.
Windy. So
good. So Juanjo, let's start. You're the first, so this situation is the privileged, but the most as well most challenging, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, welcome to all, and thank you very much for joining this event. And I'm representative from BSI Cooperative Winery. We are the oldest and the largest cooperative winery in the area of Jumilla, founded in 1934, and with around 400 farmers owning for 1,400 hectares of vineyards. 70% is monastrell, grape, and let's say almost 80% is organic farming. Yeah, bush vine, of course, and we are proudly owners of the largest extension of Perphyloxeric ungrafted rootstock monastrel vineyards. And from those vines, we have made the wine I'm going to introduce to you today. Our Jumilla organic, no added sulfate wine, 2021. Yeah, well, of course, hand-picked berries. Our plots vary in altitude between 400 and 900 meters. It's carefully selected berries for this wine. And yeah, talking about this wine, this Jumilla sulfate, we start with very healthy grapes. That's very important. Of course, from organic farming, and it's selected from our partner plots based on their enological potential. Then the elaboration is carried out with autochthonous yeasts and at a controlled temperature of a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. The temperature gradient is optimized to start at 24 Celsius with the aim of maintaining the variety's characteristics, the aromas concentration during the first days of fermentation, and finishing the last days of maceration at 28 degrees. So the temperature gap is just 4 degrees. So this allows to maximize the phenolic extraction, which, as you know, is responsible for the color and flavor of the wines. Then, once the fermentation maceration process is over, the wine undergoes a period of refinement in concrete tanks, and that's important. And because they have a low heat exchange gradient, and that favors the integration of the compounds into the wine and its natural stabilization slowly and gradually. And that avoids the microbiological deviations and unwanted oxidation during this maintenance period. And then prior to the bottling, wines made without that the sulfites are periodically flushed with nitrogen. That keeps the stability of the wine as perfect as possible. Then just talking about the tasting, we can say it's a red wine with a cherry red color with a medium layer. It's very intense in aroma of red fruits, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and ripe grapes. In the mouth, it's sweet. It has a sweet entry with a very pleasant acidity, soft, with a medium body and a long persistence. Talking about the pairing, is ideal to accompany appetizers, rice dishes, pasta, short to medium cured cheeses, and white meats. Finally, regarding the conservation and consumption, the right temperature would be around 15 Celsius. The preferential consumption is 12 months, although for sure it lasts longer. Well, that's all from my part. I hope you enjoy this beautiful wine, which has been very successful in its only 2 years of life. We launched it just 2 years ago. Thank you very much. And should you have any question, it will be a pleasure to answer.
Thank you very much, Juan. Just to add, the shelf price in Spain of this wine, it's less than €8, right?
Yes, it doesn't reach the €8. It's like 7.90, 7.95.
Mm-hmm. And you have no importer in Poland, no distributor by now?
For this wine, we are searching for an importer in Poland, and let's hope it will be in the Polish market pretty soon.
Yeah. And the total production of this specific wine, this is roughly 60,000, as I was told. 60,000 bottles, right?
Yeah, yes. This year is going to be around 60,000 bottles. That's it.
Okay. And how long you stay in Taiwan?
Well, until Wednesday, then Singapore a couple of days, and then back to Spain.
Okay. Good. So, any questions, guys? Someone is typing something.
Yes, the best food pairing is rices, also meats, half cured cheeses, pasta. Pairs very good with it, for instance.
Very well. Okay.
Thank you very much. Nice balance, they say.
Thank you. Thank you. And well, let's. I can't see any in chat.
Yeah, blue fish with pearl too. Very clever. Thank you.
Okay. Very well. Well, first one and comments coming. Very well. Thank you. Thank you, Van Ho. Hope to see you soon in Poland with your wines.
For sure, I will. Thank you.
Right, guys. Thanks. Stay with us, please. And now, Marta and Bodegas Viña Elena. Marta, hello. Yes.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. Good afternoon.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So I'm leaving you all alone, right?
Yes.
And the floor is yours.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. My name is Marta, and I am part of the export department of Bodegas Viña Elena. In this presentation, I'm going to show you a bit of the history of our winery and also one of our wines called Bruma Marin 2021. So, we are a family winery located in the south part of the appellation of origin Jumilla. And our history starts in 1948 with the first generation of the Pacheco family. They started to create wine for self-consumption. Then, with the second generation in the 60s, they started to create a table wine and selling it to the rest of the people from the village. Nowadays, the third generation of the family runs the company. You can see them here in this photo. And also the fourth generation of the family is already working here in Viña Elena. We have two different brands, Familia Pacheco and then Bruma del Estrecho de Marín. And our wine is apart from this brand, the second brand. Okay, so please, can you change thank you. As I told you before, we are located in the south part of the wine appellation. You can see here a map. We have an altitude around 360 meters. The location is very important for us because here we are in the south part, so we have less difference between the temperatures during the day and during the night. And in this way, we can have really, really tasty fruits, okay? And we have a continental climate. The 90% of the grapes that we use here in our winery is Monastrell, and then we have another 20% that is a mix between Syrah, Cabernet, Grenache. Well, as you know, the Monastrell is characterized by having a low density. We don't use wires because they are batch vine and they are dry farm. That's thanks to the really deep root system that the Monastrell has, which allows the vine to find water, because here, as you know, we don't have a lot of water, we don't have rain. And with the long roots, they look for water in our soil, okay? Our soils are chalky and we have a lot of rocks, as you can see here in this photo. And the rocks are very important because they drain the water, and also they keep the humidity in our soil. So as I told you before, today we want to show you one of our wines from our brand Bruma del Estrecho de Marín, and the wine is Bruma Marín 2021. It's a collection of plots, okay? This wine is created with different plots that we have around the Estrecho de Marín Valley, and the plots come from the east and the west. In this way, we use this because we want to balance the ripeness of the grapes, okay? The vintage 2021, we have spring rain, then a dry summer, but we don't have really high temperature, they were more moderate. So the grapes finish the ripeness process really well. Our wine, Bruma Marin 2021, is a pure monastrell without the oak, okay? However, this wine stays around 6 months in concrete tanks. We use the concrete tanks to balance and mature the vegetal notes of the wines, of this wine, okay? Well, this wine has a fruit-driven style, mainly red fruit, even with floral notes and some spice of dried leaves. And that's and that's all. I think I don't know if
Thank
I
you.
was quickly.
Thank you very much, Marta. You have no importer.
No, not for now.
But I don't get. I didn't get any information about the shelf price for private.
Yes, I sent to Esther. I don't know if maybe you missed the email, but the shelf price here in shop we have around €7, more or less.
Ah, okay, yes. And the total production is?
The total production of the vintage 2021 was around 19,000 bottles.
19.
Yes. And this year is going to be more or less, for the next vintage, it's going to be more or less the same number of bottles.
19. Okay. Very well. Thank you. Thank you. Any comments, guys, in chat? No. So something. Esther is writing something, but this is okay. Marta, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's stay with us if there's any questions or comments, right?
Okay.
And see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. And now this is Dimitri Nicolaides. Hi, Kalimera. Hello.
Kalimera.
Kalimera. So, Dimitri, this is your time, and wine number 3, Parajes del Valle. Yeah.
Yes. So, well, a brief history of the winery. We started the activities in 2010 as a bulk winery, but suddenly we realized that we had vineyards that were very special and that could become something more than just a bulk wine. And we started battling. We started battling this exact wine, which is Parajes del Valle. We are currently battling right now the 5th year of it, and the production has been growing through the years. What we do is that we select the best plots of organic monastrell of the Jumilla PDO, vineyards with minimal intervention, traditional viticulture, and always looking for the best balance in the vineyard. We work only organic vineyards, mostly dry farm, which is the traditional viticulture in Jumilla. They come usually from poor and sandy soils covered in limestones. We look for special plots that are close to the hills, so the aromas of the Mediterranean herbs that surround the vineyards can be found in the glass of wine. Monastrell grape, as Carolina said, is a very special grape. It's the most important grape in Jumilla, and it's not a coincidence. It's the best adapted grape to the climate and the soil we have here, and it can produce very special wines, very pure wines, elegant, that invite to drink and to enjoy. What we are doing currently with Parajes del Valle is that we bet on the freshness and the pureness of the Monastrell grape with fresh fruit, um, aromas from the Mediterranean mountains, and we try to keep the identity of the grape and the vineyards through a very non-intervention winemaking. We start the fermentation in stainless steel tanks with a controlled temperature. We then move the wines into concrete tanks where they stay more or less 6 months before bottling. So the concrete tanks will help to keep the minerality, keep the freshness of the wine, but we don't add any other flavors or aromas as the oak aging can do, because what we want is to keep the minerality and the pureness of the aromas of the monastrell grape. Um, I don't know if everyone has the wine to taste it right now, but you can notice it's a very expressive wine, very elegant, and very complex, despite the fact that it's not aged in oak for a long time or anything. You can notice these different aromas from red fruit, from the herbs, and the minerality of the soils. And in the mouth, it's also a quite long wine that will pair very well with appetizers, Italian food, and Spanish foods like rices, um, and some meats. So it's a very polyvalent wine that people enjoy a lot because of the freshness and because of the low alcohol percentage of this wine for a region like Jumilla. Barajas del Valle is now only 13% of alcohol, something that we achieve controlling the harvesting of the grapes and selecting the plots that are really close to the mountains, so the weather is not so extreme and not so hot as in the lower zone of Jumilla. I don't know if anyone have any question. Ah, the design for the label. Well, yes, it's a very special design. It's a little story because we had a label that was asked graphic designer, but we went to a wine fair in France in 2018, and the label was not ready yet. So one of our coworkers from the administration grabbed the bottle and wrote, "What do you want to name the wine?" Okay, Parajes del Valle Monastrell Ecológico, and she wrote it. And we were like, okay, it's an interesting design. Make 18 more. So we go to the fair, and people started asking because the wine was not yet in the market, but customers in the wine fair asked to buy the wine with this label. So still 5 years later, we are still battling with this same design that was a coincidence, a pure coincidence. But it's a very special design that you recognize immediately when you see the bottle in the shelf.
But Dimitri, you produce about 350,000 bottles of this wine, right?
Yes,
So
yes. The
how
first
many
years
working days?
we
How
started
many
with
working days it
18,000.
takes? Yeah.
How many?
Okay.
Sorry.
And he signs all the bottles still, the guy? I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You said how many hectares for this wine making?
Yeah, more or less.
Well, we work more or less 200 hectares
200.
Then we select the best ones, because some years from these 200 hectares, some qualify and some don't qualify for this production of wine, because we are looking for a very special grape.
Okay. And you're represented in Poland, so the wine is available in the market, right? This wine.
I think I lost you.
You can't hear me.
Yes, the wine is available in Poland.
Right? And this is La Tienda.
Now I can.
Okay. So this is La Tienda from Leszno, the importer, right?
Exactly.
Good.
This is the importer we have in Poland.
Good. And the shelf price in Spain of this wine, this is 9.5 euro. Shelf price.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good. Very well. So, guys, what are your comments on the wine? Someone is. Let me see. They are writing. Any distributor?
Yes, so the distributor
yes.
in Poland is La Tienda.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is some
Thank
love
you.
the bottle. And what about the wine, guys? Say something.
It's not only the bottle, I hope.
Yeah. No, it's not. And someone's writing something. Okay. Like it. Wonder about best food pairing for it.
So it's a wine that goes very well for appetizers, Italian food, for example, and Spanish meals like rice and rabbit, dishes that have meat that are not too strong, and because of the acidity of the wine, it can also pair with some kinds of fish also. So it's a very polyvalent wine that can be suitable for different kinds of food.
Okay. All right. Dimitri, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Stay with
Piotr.
us. Stay with us. Let's see what may. It's good to compare the Bruma Marine wine. This is Esther, right? Right. Okay. So stay with us, please. And now this is Lucia and Bodegas de Lampa. Lucia, hello. Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Lucia. So this is your time, and I'm just off.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a nice afternoon. My name is Lucia, and I represent Bodegas de Lampa. Our winery was founded over 100 years ago by my great-grandfather, Julian Santos, and today remain in the hand of our family. Our wines are known for their intense and unique flavor and perfect balance. Our goal is to increase the export of our wines to countries like yours, Poland, where we have already introduced part of our wine with the well-known distributor Gran Festa in Warsaw. The wine that we will taste today is the Lampautor of the 2021 vintage, a wine that is 100% monastery, which come from wine jars that are over 25 years old. It has further again of 4 months in French oak barrels, which give its characteristic aroma of ripe fruit and new wood. In the mouth, it's balanced and full body. You can find this wine as well as some other of our house in Gran Festa online and physical store of a retail price of 80 euro, more or less. That's it all more. And thank you so much.
And I'm coming back. Thank you, Lucia. And tell me the total production of this wine.
is 80 euros, more or less.
80,000.
Yeah, sorry.
80,000 bottles, and the price is about 8 euros,
Yes.
right? Shelf price in Spain.
Yes.
8 euros, yes. This was Esther, right? And someone is writing Warsaw Sommeliers. So this is Gran Festa. Yes. Okay. Well, writing. How long is oak aging, and what kind of oak type?
Is French. There is French oak, 4-month barrels. 4-month oak. And I don't know, it's not so younger, but when you taste in your mouth is so circle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say more.
Very well. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you so much.
Lucia. Thank you, Lucia, and definitely not Alvaro, as it was previewed.
No.
Yeah. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, well, the best point is nobody would know what is it about. Pani Dominico? Hello?
Jestem. Pokazuję. Momencik.
Tak, widzimy Panią, słyszymy Panią i to jest Pani Dominika prosto z serca Hiszpanii, mówiąca do Was, ludzie w Polsce. Teraz słuchajcie, Pani Dominiko.
Witam.
Oddaję Pani głos, całkowicie.
Dobrze, dziękuję. No to tak, witam Państwa. Ja będę mówić wszystko właśnie po polsku, także taka właśnie niespodzianka dla Państwa. No i ja pracuję jako export manager w Bodegas Luzon w Hiszpanii i no dzisiaj będę prezentować nasze wino Finca Luzon. Tak, zacznę trochę o naszej historii, bo tak naprawdę nasza winiarnia jest jedną z najstarszych w Humilli. Nasza podróż rozpoczęła się już daleko stąd, na Filipinach, dokładnie na wyspie Luzon. Don José Molina, nasz założyciel, wrócił w 1841 roku do Humilli i od swoich rodziców dostał gospodarstwo rolne. I wtedy nazwał je Finca Luzon. On nie rozpoczął produkowania wina, tylko jego córka. I też właśnie lubimy w naszej winiarni opowiadać, że od tej pory, jak jego córka, Ana Josefa de Molina, zaczęła produkować wino, to zawsze nasza winiarnia, tam rządziły zawsze kobiety, tak? Zawsze pierwotna córka zaczęła, no i potem zawsze, aż do 2005 roku, zarządzana była przez kobiety. Co jeszcze? Proszę dalej zdjęcie. Tutaj widzimy naszego winiarza. Też mamy bardzo seksowny winiarz. Jest bardzo młody, ale pracuje już dla nas 17 lat. Proszę posunąć dalej zdjęcie. Ok. I tutaj widać właśnie naszą winiarnię. Nasze wina ogólnie starzeją się 4 metry pod ziemią. Tak jak mówię, to jest właśnie najstarsza część naszej winiarni. 4 metry pod ziemią, ale też oczywiście łączymy nowoczesność, bo mamy najnowocześniejsze maszyny i też próbujemy, tak jak tutaj widać na zdjęciu, trzymać właśnie tą najstarszą część winiarni i tak łączymy tą przeszłość, teraźniejszość i przyszłość, tak? Ja tak naprawdę to zaczęłam właśnie wizyty do tej winiarni, prowadziłam turystów, także uwielbiam, po prostu ona jest piękna, także zapraszam Państwa, jeśli będą Państwo chcieli. No i oczywiście wino jest pyszne, mam nadzieję, ja nie mam właśnie dzisiaj szczęścia, żeby spróbować tego wina, bo akurat jestem w Polsce, jestem w Warszawie i nie mogłam tego wina ze sobą przywieźć, no ale mam nadzieję, że Państwu będzie smakowało. W Polsce mamy już importera, pracujemy z Ambrą, to jest Centrum Wina, już od 7 lat z nimi pracujemy i mają tak ogólnie nasze najważniejsze wina Luzon bo mamy takie dwie branże, mamy Bodegas Luzon i potem mamy Finca La Solana, także oni pracują, no są jeszcze niektóre dostępne wina, także jeśli ktoś będzie zainteresowany, no to też zostaje w Polsce aż do soboty, to mogą się Państwo ze mną skontaktować. I proszę dalej, będziemy teraz mówić troszeczkę o naszym winie, tutaj będzie Finca Luzon. No tutaj jak widać imię Finca Luzon, to ta nazwa też właśnie, tak jak Don José Molina nazwał te pierwsze tereny, które dostał od swojej rodziny, tak? Tutaj mamy Finca Luzon Organic, bez dodatku siarczynów. To jest młode wino, ekologiczne, bo jest 100% monastrell i jest ekologiczne, wegańskie, no i oczywiście no, czerwone wino, tak? Wytrawne. Jak mówimy wegańskie, no to nie używaliśmy białka właśnie z jajka, tylko groch, białko z grochu. I co o tym winie? No, winogrono tego wina, cała produkcja od zebrania winogron aż do butelki robi się jak bardzo naturalnie, tak? Zbieramy najważniejsze, najlepsze winogrona, bo po prostu jak nie będziemy dodawać tej siarczyny, to te winogrona muszą być perfekcyjne, w idealnym stanie sanitarnym, jeśli chodzi właśnie tak ogólnie o to. Tutaj mamy bardzo świeże wino, owocowe, aromatyczne, rubinowy kolor. Ogólnie wszystkie nasze wina, to jest dojrzewanie w beczce? Nie, to jest młode wino, także nie dojrzewa w beczce. Rubinowy kolor, tak ogólnie wszystkie nasze wina mają bardzo mocny kolor, granatowy, czerwony. To wino oprócz tego też ma takie blaski niebieskie. Co czuć w tym winie? No to czujemy przyprawy, czerwone jagody, takie nuty balsamiczne. Na podmienieniu jest bardzo świeże, jest soczyste, dobrze zrównoważone. Alkohol 14,5%. Ogólnie wszystkie nasze wina właśnie mają takie, jeśli chodzi o czerwone wino, no to 14,5%. Też mamy umiarkowany finish, no i ogólnie jest bardzo bogaty, aromatyczny, no i też kleiste, to widać po kolorze i nawet w guście, także mam nadzieję, że będzie Państwu smakowało. No i to wszystko, także dziękuję bardzo.
Dzięki. Ale proszę powiedzieć, w tym klimacie w Humii zbieranie winogron w pełni zdrowych nie jest chyba bardzo skomplikowane, czy jest?
Znaczy no ogólnie nie, no bo tak naprawdę tylko chodzi o to, że na przykład jak tak dużo właśnie nie pada, że nie mamy dużo wody, no to do tego wina po prostu muszą być perfekcyjne, najzdrowsze, bo tak ogólnie no to wszystkie 80% naszego monastrelli jest ekologiczne tak naprawdę. Także są bardzo w dobrym stanie, bo mamy tyle słońca, mało deszczu, także nie ma z tym problemu, ale jeszcze dodatkowo do tego wina to zbieramy ręcznie i patrzymy, żeby one były naprawdę perfekt.
Okej. No dobrze. Tutaj na czacie jest informacja, dobrze komponuje się ze słodkim deserem. I my favorite item from Centrum Wina. Co Pani sądzi o słodkim deserze?
Tutaj, słodki deser. Tak, no bardziej może do przystawek, do słodkiego samo dobrze się pije, ale tak bardziej może do przystawek, do grillowanych warzyw albo nawet i mięsa grillowanego, tak do deseru, no to zależy o jaki deser. Może do czekolady, jakiś czekoladowy deser, to może tak, na pewno.
Poznań pyta o ceny, no to akurat nie jest nic dziwnego, Poznań zawsze pyta o ceny. Cena jest ukłony dla mieszkańców Poznania. Tak. Cena od 5,50 w waszym sklepie, tak?
Tak, 5,50 w sklepie, a przez internet 7,20, jakby tak kupić.
Mówimy o euro oczywiście.
Euro, oczywiście.
No tak. Tak, ale to dla Poznania. Dobrze, to w takim razie bardzo Pani dziękujemy. Czyli Centrum Wina, Pani Dominiko, i co zimno w Polsce?
No właśnie nie.
Nie?
27 stopni w Warszawie dzisiaj było, także tragedia.
No dobrze, dobrze. To do zobaczenia, proszę zostać z
Do
nami.
zobaczenia, dziękuję.
And now, yes, Victoria. Victoria, please join us if you are with us. Victoria. Victoria and Bodegas Silvano Garcia.
Can you
Yes.
hear me now?
I can
Yes.
hear you, I can see you, and
Okay.
I'm happy to meet you again, Victoria. And the
Okay,
floor is
perfect.
yours.
Okay, so first of all, it's a pleasure to having this meeting with you, and you will enjoy with our wines from DOP Jumilla. So my name is Victoria, and I'm in a part of the sport department from Bodega Silvano Garcia. I will explain something about our history, and after we will enjoy with our wine that I will present to you. And we have some pictures from the oldest winery and the new winery, and I will explain why we have two wineries. So our familiar winery was founded in 1925. It's one of the oldest in Jumilla, and our winery is in the center of the city. So that's why in 2019, that is Silvano Garcia, is the third generation, is going through with the familiar business. In that one, in 2019, we building a new winery that you saw in the first picture with the vineyards around, almond tree and olive tree. It was building in 2019 before coronavirus time, and we building because our volume of bottle was increased every single year. So that's why we move all the wine production to the new winery. Okay, and if we follow with the pictures, you can see the oldest winery. Like we have 34 concrete tanks, like we still using for some reference from our wines. And as well, we have the oldest winery. We have our shop because we are in the center of Jumilla, so we are selling our wines in the shop. We have winery tour there, tasting as well, like you will see in the following picture, like the aromas room, and events, like because we have a lot of private customers, like they asking us for lunch or for some special event, so we have a room for that as well. And it's very important for us this the old winery because it's from the building is from 1945, and we keep the concrete tank like the original one, and we still using. So we have like 34 tanks, aerial and subterranean. Like we keep our wines there. Okay. And now I will explain, this is the barrel rooms, we have our premium wines, and I will explain now about our special, that is the aromas, the rooms for events. So now I'll explain about our wine. That is special for us because we do the first harvesting in 2021, and it's a small organic plot that is located in the northeast of Jumilla. In the landscape is called La Celia, okay, and is approximately like 731 meters above sea level, and it's a special plot because we do we have the manual harvesting, and we select the grapes to produce this special wine. The label is the almond tree on a flower because in Jumilla we have as well a lot of almond tree production, even the olive tree as well. So that's why we design this kind of beautiful label, okay? And this wine is the result of monastery grape from all vineyards, with low yields and low pluviometry. The soil is limestone soil and arid as well, so that is giving that why in the tasting you can feel the arid tasting. From the tasting note, if you have in your origin glass this wine, you can have this aroma from the blackberry fruit that is the typical in monastery grape in Jumilla, For example, mulberries, blackcurrant, even prune as well sometimes, because our grapes have a lot of sun, so they have a lot of sugar, and they have sweetness on the aromas on the palate as well. And on the palate, we have a freshness and silky tasting. So it's a good for pairing with this wine with pierogi, like this your traditional dish, and with aperitif, cheese board, white meat, pasta, and whatever you like, even with pizza and burgers. So it's nice. we are a winery modern.
Very well. Thank you very much, Victoria.
So
Sorry
if you
for
have
the
any
mess
question,
with the.
just I will keep it here until the end of the meeting.
Sorry for the mess with the photos.
Don't worry, it's fine.
But it's very limited production, right? This is
Yes, it's 2,500 bottles from 21 vintage, and the 22 we are gonna bottle in across the same 2,700 bottles. It's because it's a very small organic plot, so that's why.
Yeah.
We select the grapes, so it's not all the production of the vine.
Very nice. And the shelf price is
€6.95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no importer, no distributor importer.
No, we are trying to find them. We speak with some of the importers in Poland, but I hope after this meeting we will have one of them.
Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope so. What do you think, guys? How do you like it? Some comments in the chat. They are tasting and dreaming, perhaps. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Someone
is rating.
Yeah.
Thank
Great
you.
potential. Yeah.
Thank you. If not, you have my email just to ask me about the wine.
Yeah. Okay, very well. Victoria,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Stay with us, please.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to write anything in chat, you're more than welcome. Don't dream, just write. Yeah. Good.
They're enjoying the wine, don't worry.
Very well. And now,
thank you
very much. And now this is Inigo and Bodega San Dionisio. Inigo, hello. I told him about 6, but maybe. Hello, about 6, and you are here. Hi, and we hear you. We see you.
So how are you?
Very well, and you? All fine?
Okay.
So
okay,
let's
fine,
start.
Fine. Okay. First of all, many thanks for everybody to be here. Okay, supporting Jumilla Bio appellation. And good evening, and everybody. And first of all, Bodega San Dionisio is the biggest winery all over Jumilla. It's a cooperative. It was founded in 1957, and right now we are around 700 partners. Okay, and in total we have 5,000 hectares. Okay, I am the export manager, and the name of the winery is because of the sand protector of the town, no, San Dionisio. Okay, if you see, okay, these are part of our land. Okay, we have I comment 5,000 hectares, and we have a very big different lands. We have between 600 meters over the sea to 900 meters, 950 meters. Because of this, we have different climate in the town, and we can select, depending of the year, the rain, the weather, the temperatures. We can select grapes in different lands. Well, here we can check the winery with all the capacity. With the big, these tanks are 1 million liters In total, we can produce in a regular year, we can collect around 35 million kilograms of grapes. The 80% is monastery, more or less as DO. We have other, not only monastery, we have other red grapes as Syrah, Merlot, Cabernet, Petit Verdon, and in white wine we have Irene, Macabeo, Verdejo. Okay, and if we focus on the wine that we are going to taste, the SF, the name of the wine, SF, is the acronym of the town. No? The town is Fuente Álamo. Señorío de Fuente Álamo is the same than Domain Fuente Álamo. Okay, and because of this, we use SF. But if you check the back label of the bottle, you can see here that we put Cephalith, that in English is be happy. It's a wine to enjoy the friendship with, and to enjoy the wine with the friend, with the family. Okay. In relation with this wine, this is young wine. It's organic. It's an organic wine, and we try to we look for the specification, the pureness of the monastery. We have many hectares, many kilograms, just to look for the specification of the monastery. Because of this, we are the biggest producer. We can select it. The vineyards of this wine is around 40, 50, 55 years old. Okay, and because of this, we obtain a good extraction of the soil, and in relation with the production, we have we are determining with nitrogen protection and intracellular maceration for 6 days. Simultaneously, we make an inoculation of yeast, autochthonal yeast, just to look for always looking for the pureness of the monastery grape. Okay, and bacteria for its alcoholic and malolactic fermentation in stainless steel tanks. Okay. After of this, we make a decantation via separation of the thick leaves, and we maintain only in contact the fine leaves during more or less 30 days. The fermentation with this continuous movement with the stirring, we extract the fermentation monoproteins. No, and because of this, we obtain a smoothness of the palate. No, when we try the wine, we can check. Okay, this wine is just we see the color. It's the typical red monastery color, violet with violet red color, very strong, perhaps between 8 and 9 color points. Okay, and in the noise we can see, we can distinguish ripe fruit aromas, balsamic notes. On the palate, it's very smooth. I think it's a very elegant wine. It's complex but easy to drink. Okay, having a delicious, flavorful finish, and just for pairing, I think that this wine is very wide. No, the possibility for just to enjoy the wine, not only with typical Spanish appetizers. even with a fried almonds and mohama, you can enjoy this wine. But you can pair with any kind of meat, not only red with white meat. You can enjoy with a paella or any kind of rices, no, with rabbit, with duck, or with seafood. And for me, it's an excellent wine just to perhaps in the summer, not only 16, just for serving in 16, 18 degrees that you can enjoy in the winter. In summer, perhaps you can drink at 14, 15 degrees with any kind of fish, not only white fish, with blue fish. Okay, I think it's for any occasion. Okay, the design of the label is a detail of the decoration of the main church, the parroquia, the main church of the town. That is that location is San Dionisio, San Denis. Okay, and if you see, it's very old because it's Baroque of the end of 16th century, but remind some mandalic design. Okay, and in this way, if you see, you don't forget. No?
Inigo, I believe it's even better than last year one, so the previous vintage. So people are happy. I believe they started to speak Spanish. They say "Este vino es fantástico." So, hello, and food pairing, lamb.
Lamb, yes, of course. The lamb is very typical in our area. Not only the lamb, the sheep baby, and any kind of preparation with natural herbs of our mountains, you can enjoy this wine. This wine has enough complexity to you compare with any kind of sauces or very elaboration with any kind of spices, no?
Okay. Thank you very much. This is, as far as I remember, this is €7.
€7, yes.
Shelf price and 200,000 bottles.
See, 200,000 bottles. More or less, we produce 200 bottles because we have many kilograms. We are exporting this wine all over Asia, in Japan, Korea, China, in the States, okay? But we are not selling right now this wine in Poland. We will be really happy if we can get an importer and distributor for this wine, okay?
Very well. Thank you very much, Inigo.
Okay.
Stay with us, please, and congrats. It's better than this vintage is better than the previous one. Thank you. See you soon. And now this is Angela and Bodegas Torre Castillo. Angela, hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
We see you. We hear you. Good evening, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi, and welcome to our presentation on Bodega Torre Castillo's Garnacha Tintorera. Today, we'll take you on the journey to discover the story behind this unique wine and the story of the winery itself as well. So, Bodega Torre Castillo is a renowned winery located in the Jumilla wine region in Spain. And what makes our story special is that it was born out of the dream of a father and a son for creating their own wines. Our founder, Antonio Lopez, left a bulk wine cooperative in the 1980s to create his own wines with his son. So it's a very honorable story to begin with. Next slide, please. The Jumilla wine region is situated in southeastern Spain and is known for its unique terroir and ideal climate for wine production. With hot, dry summers and cold winters, Jumilla offers the perfect combination for growing grapes with concentrated flavors and aromas. Next slide, please. Thank you. At the heart of Jumilla's winemaking heritage is the monasteral grape, which is our hallmark. This red grape variety thrives in the regions, and this is why we produce most of our wines are made out of Monastrell. These are very rich and full-bodied and full of, very strong wines, full-bodied and full of character. And I'm sure that you will love it. It represents around 87% of our wines. Next slide, please. However, at Torre Castillo, our wine production extends beyond Monastrell because we also have a select number of bottles that are Sauvignon Blanc and Garnacha Tintorera. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now let's talk about Bodega Torre Castillo's Garnacha Tintorera. But first of all, we are going to talk about our winery extension. We have around 100 hectares approximately that are distributed into states, El Tovar and Casa Zornoza. El Tovar is the biggest of them all. It's a hilly landscape that we dedicate to producing, rather than producing, cultivating red wine varieties such as Monastrell and Garnacha Tintorera. In Casa Zornoza, which is smaller, is a flat terrain dedicated to cultivate and grow Sauvignon Blanc. Next slide. And what I was meaning to tell you about Garnacha Tintorera is that we have 11 hectares, 9 hectares, so the vast majority of it is in bush vines, and we don't use any irrigation for these kind of plantations. But we have 2 hectares of trellis-trained Garnacha Tintorera, and we use localized irrigation. Next. So we produce around 3,000 liters per hectare of Garnacha Tintorera, which is around 44,000 bottles a year. We are very careful with the elaboration process. The harvest takes place in late September, and we handpick the grapes. We carry them in 400 kilograms bins, and after that, we insert the grapes into stainless steel tanks. We leave the grapes there for 7 days at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Then we pump them over once a day, and we let it rest until the wine is ready. Next, please. Thank you. Well, this wine boasts of a deep red color with some tinges of maroon and scarlet that you can see through the glass. It's kind of the characteristic of Garnacha Tintorera because I think it's the only grape that has both the skin, the flesh that is red, and the pulp as well. So this wine is a very strong wine. This is a young wine, and the color, such intense color, is not gotten only from the flesh of the grape, but also the inside of the grape. So it's an amazing process. It has enticing aromas of ripe blackberries, blueberries, and even spices on the nose. And on the palate, well, it is full-bodied with velvety tannins and a long, elegant finish. And we recommend pairing it with cheese, meat, or even rice as well. So, for example, paella, that would be a good addition and a good pairing for this wine. Next. And well, to conclude, we'd like to finish with a worthy mention of some of our wines awards. Garnacha Tintorera has received the silver medal 2 years in a row, 2021 and 2022, in a contest, an annual contest held in Alicante that is called Best Wine of the Mediterranean. And we are very proud of it. We chose to talk this year about Garnacha Tintorera because we think that Garnacha Tintorera is a truly unique and distinctive wine that showcases the multiple possibilities of the Jumilla wine region, and that adds so much value to our signature wine, which is Monastrell. And that is it. Thank you so much. Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you can't see me, but you can hear me. Yeah. Something's wrong with my connection now. Thank you, Angela. Thank you very much. She's the only one Garnacha here, I believe.
Yeah.
It's the only one Garnacha, and I'm not quite sure, but I believe this is those are the comments to this wine. Quanto cuesta esto? And I love this wine. Wow, so
Yeah, in
price?
Spain it's 6.50 euros, and the ex-works price is around 5 euros.
5 euros. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we have some discounts for example, for more than a palais, we tend to offer some discounts, but the starting point is always 5 euros approximately.
Right. And you have no importer in Poland yet.
In Poland yet.
Yet, yes.
Hopefully soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Someone
you.
is writing. Wait. And what's with my connection? Still someone is writing. And what? Well balanced, fantastic color nose and balanced. Well balanced, smooth tannins, great one. So yeah, very good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Angela, and stay with us if there are any comments.
Sure.
See me? Okay, so now, guys, Anna, hi.
Hello.
Hello, and Bodegas Olivares, Ana Martinez. So, Anna, I'm turning off my voice, and you stay all alone, right? Bye-bye.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, good evening to everybody. I'm Ana. I work for Bodegas Olivares, and I'm part of the export department. I'm actually just inside of that building that you can see on the photo. The Olivares family has a very special history in the area and reputation for fortified wines, but they also made great still red wines, among others. The photo that you have now on the slide, it shows Pascual Olivares and Elena. They are both the third and the fourth generation. Pascual is our winemaker, and her niece Elena is working shoulder to shoulder with him. So they are leading the winery nowadays. They are working on one of the highest points of our estate in the area. So this is the landscape that we have. So 275 hectares. We grow mainly Monastrell and grafted Monastrell and Garnacha. This is one of the views from one of the Garnacha vineyards that we have on the wine that we are tasting. The soils are, as you can see, so we have sandy soils and pebbles and limestone, which, as already explained previously, they helps a lot to control the temperatures and kind of like retain the rain. And all the bush vines that we have is all bush vines, and they grow dry farm, no irrigation at all. And also we actually have to hand harvest everything. So there is a lot of labor and work put through all the year alone in our vines. We actually have one of the largest extension in the world under the same plot of ungrafted Monastrell. Olla de Santa Ana is the name of the place. Olla literally means a high plateau in between the hills, the mountain, and Santa Ana is just the name of the area, the place where we are. We are over 900 meters above the sea level, and that is one of the key points, the altitude that you can find in the Olivares style in the wines. The wine that we are going to taste today is Olivares Tinto 2021 vintage. The vintage has been qualified at excellent quality in the area. It was a particular year because normally we'll get, of course, a very dry and a very extreme heat during the summertime, but this particular summer we have very mild temperatures, and normally this wine is made of a blend. So we have Monastrell, we have Garnacha and Syrah, and the Monastrell what we normally pick at in the early September. It was peaked in the second, going to the third week of September already. So the wine that you have is Olivares Tinto. As you can see, our labels are very eye-catching. So the reason behind is they are inspired on the original labels that they were found where long time ago, where the winery opened, and then the idea was to show all the information into the wine. So the name of the state, the name of the appellation is Viñedo de Secano, so it's a drying farm vine. Then it's all picked by hand, the name of the family, and then you have the altitude as well indicate. And this image here, which is it looks like the man's face, is the founder of the winery, Pascual Olivares Fernández, that was founded in 1930. So it's almost that the label is telling you the story if you pick up the bottle and you don't have anybody to tell you more about it. So this is a blend made of Monastrell. I think it's up to approximately 75 in this vintage of Monastrell. Then you have 15 of Garnacha, the rest is Syrah. So this is a wine that for us, is the youngest wine. So as I'm going through, I would like to taste it and share it with you. If you have noticed, this is a screw cap. So it's working very well for us. We do different trials with the closures, and actually the freshness that we are looking for to keep in this young wine is working very well with the screw cap. So if you already have your glass of wine with you, you can see that the color of the wine is a medium-high garnet color. Then you have some hints on it, like garnet. On the nose, the wine is very fragrant, and then you have actually the feeling that you have red and black fruit at the same time, but it's almost that you can find as well a lot of dry herbs. If I will take you to have a stroll in our estate, as you are stepping on the thymes and rosemary that grows everywhere, that put you literally, when I close my eyes, as if we were just going into the vineyard side. You have as well hints of pepper and a very mild touch of eucalyptus and almost smokiness. So it's a very complex. The way that this wine is made, so we vinify 3 grapes separately. So the skin contact is what we use for approximately 2 to 3 days, because the alcoholic fermentation will start with the wild yeast. So after they go through alcoholic fermentation and they finish, Monastrell goes straight into 10,000 liters oak vat during 3 months, and Syrah and Garnacha remains in stainless steel. And then after the period of Monastrell is going through aging for 3 months, then we just bring the wine separately, and then we decide the blend. Here, what is important is that for us, Monastrell is the main player, of course, but Garnacha helps a lot to bring freshness and brightness into the palate. And Syrah, it's adds a lot of black fruit and roundiness, and as well the color. If we go on the palate, for me, this wine, you get the power, it's dry, you get all the fruit character that you were feeling on the nose, and then as the wine goes through, it is the acidity really that drives you all the fruit at the end and make the wines balance. It is obviously a wine that you won't have on its own. It's a wines that require food, and then eventually, if you want, or you have, it's a wine that you will have for any occasion. So if you are at home with friends, you just plan a barbecue. So this is a fantastic wine to have with some sausages and barbecue. If you are thinking to have as well, if you have beetroot salad, something fresh for spring or summer, that will work very nicely too. If you are talking about as well tuna, so fresh tuna is a delicious as well fish to have with it. So that acidity is cutting through the fatness of the fish. So it's quite versatile, and also it's always recommended due to the alcohol content just to chill a little bit, as normally you chill some light reds such as Beaujolais or some light Pinot Noirs as well. So this is for us the wine that we tend to drink with tapas. It's a everyday's wine, but you get that extra mile of complexity on it, and it's delicious to have, always very handy to have at home. So
let's cut it short. Unfortunately,
okay.
You're married in Poland, right? You're already married
Pardon?
with Festus.
Yeah,
Festus
yeah.
is your importer. Yeah, just to make it clear. So the intriguing, real pleasure, smokiness and eucalyptus hints are amazing. Congratulations. What would be the best temperature?
Normally, I would set around 14.
14.
14 degrees will be good, because then just a slightly chill, but then it's just warm up very quickly. But just to enhance the fruity and the brambly character that you have on the palate, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 150,000 bottles.
Yes.
Right, per year, and about 6.75 euro on the shelf in Spain.
Yeah.
And your partner here is Festus. So.
Yeah, this is a small partner, but they are based at the north. So yes.
Yeah, they are on the seaside. Yes. Good. Very well. Thank you. Thank you very much. And stay with us. Thank you. Stay with us. And let's see what's next. And next winery. Next winery is David and Bodegas Carcello. David, hello. Hi, David.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Very well. So happy to see you, David. And let's start. The floor is yours.
Okay, so let's go. So hello, Piotr. Hello, everybody there in Poland. Well, my name is David, and I'm part of the family of Bodegas Carcello. As you can see in the image, Bodegas Carcello is kind of a big house. We are a family winery founded in 1990. Can't hear. Do you hear me well? Somebody said can't hear. Okay.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All fine. Do you hear me? David? Teraz ja go nie słyszę zupełnie. David, now something's wrong. Something's wrong. Please. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. So log out, please, and come back. Okay? Because you have all rights now. No, log out and come back. Nothing. Well, guys, it went smooth and easy until now. And yeah, let's wait for David, not David.
Now? You hear me now?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Go on, please. But start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
So, right? Go on from where? I start from the beginning.
From the very beginning, because...
Okay, you have to hear me twice. Sorry.
Yeah, if there's... well, let's go. Yeah. Go.
Okay. So, David, it's clear. Okay, it's me, David. I come from Bodegas Carcello. It's a family winery, as I explained. Also, you can see the image of our winery is like a big house. We are a family winery, founded in 1990. And basically, we grow our own vineyards with monostral based, as everybody explained previously than me. It's native grade. This is the very nice picture of us, of the family, okay, and and employees. We are like really a family. And well, we are situated in the southeast of Jumilla, so 8 kilometers from the town of Jumilla, just at the foot of the Sierra del Carche. So it's a Carche mountain range that you can see in the image. It's a beautiful place to get lost. If you ever come here to Jumilla, you must go there. You will find the nature surrounding you, and also the vineyards. That's the magic of the place. The altitude is also very important. Our vineyards are between 550 and 700 meters of, and that's also as a key point, as also my previous colleagues also explained to you. The altitude is a key point. Also the aspects. We basically look for the northern and northern west aspects, so they are the fresh ones, and that's they are very important because we don't have any river, lake. We are not very far, but we are from the sea, so we need something to balance the climate, and the mountains helps a lot, and we have the Carche mountain, and there in this picture you can see some good vines, old vines. This is literally a tree. It's like a small tree, but this is quite high, and maybe something about 70 years old vine. So, well, and the wine that I'm going to present to you today is the Carchello. Okay, and this is Gerai. This is our winemaker. We have built a very young team, so we are the next generation of the winery, and that's the facilities of fermenting. So the wine of today is Carchello, okay, and I have to explain you something about the name of the wine. That is also the name of the winery, Carchello. It comes, of course, from the Sierra del Carche mountain. That's the origin of the name. But Carchello is a kind of a wind that it's created in this area. And and balance the temperature. Also gives this dry wind that help to give health to the vines. And as I like to say, it's a warm but refreshing wind, and also that's the sensations that you will find in our wines, in our Carchello. It's a warm but also refreshing sensation. You will find. I don't have a glass, sorry, because I'm also traveling. I don't have a glass to taste with you the wine. You surely you have already tasted, but our wines, you will find our sun, and also this refreshing coming from the slopes, from the hills of the mountains, also from these altitudes, but mainly in terms of nose, it is quite complex wine with red, also mainly black fruits, but also some red fruits. And and also in the palate, it's quite complex. It's like medium body, medium tense body, and also quite length. And after about the production, I don't want to be too long in my explanation, but I will be short. Okay, we do cold soaking. We do the hand harvest, and in the small boxes of 12 kilos. Then we select on the plot. We select on the vineyard. We keep the grapes refrigerated for the whole night, and then in the morning we put them on the tank. We do cold soaking for several days to extract these flavors of fruit from the skin, so also from the flesh. And after that, we go for the fermentation. Maximum temperature that's around 25 degrees, and after that, minimum of 3 months in barriques, okay, in French oak barriques. And this vintage 2021 was close to 6 months, but despite to be 6 months in the barrique, it's not oaked. We use barriques with several uses, and 7.5 years. So we use the barriques with several uses. We want to just to polymerize the tannins to get roundness in the wine, but not oaked. because we want to show the real characteristics of our monastery. And I think we tried with all our love, and I believe we achieve it. I don't know. You tell me. Residual sugar is a dry wine. Yeah? It's something like around 2.5 grams of sugar. Yeah.
And no importer in Poland by now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Working on that. I believe very soon it's going to be available in Poland, but not yet.
Yeah. And this is 50,000 bottles, right?
Yeah, some around 50,000 bottles. Yes.
Okay. Good. Very well. Best food pairing for this wine. There was a question.
Well, food pairing. I always like to say that every wine has a time, but also there are some wines that is all occasions wines. Okay, and that's one of these. For me, I like to call this wine my comfort wine. The comfort food exists. The food that is not the more elegant and the most complex food, but that is the food that you like the most. And that's this kind of wine. This is my comfort wine. I can drink this wine in all occasions, of course, with aperitifs and rices, meats, even some tunas and salmon also. But just it's a wine that is celebrated with a lot of love, just to be enjoyed, and shared. And that's the main point. But obviously, like the others, lamb, very good, rice, and aperitifs, jamon, very good, and cheeses.
Good, very well, David. Price is 7.50.
Yeah, it's something between 7.50 and 8 euros in Spain.
Yes, shelf price for private people. Good, and well, any distributor is more than welcome in Poland.
Okay.
Good, very well. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Are you far from
home?
Thank you. Bye-bye. And now this is Ramon Izquierdo and Ramon. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi. So, very well. We see you, we hear you. Good evening or good afternoon, and let's start.
Good evening to everybody, and thank you, Peter, for hosting this event. Well, I'm Ramon Izquierdo, and I'm the second Ramon Izquierdo in this project. The first one is my father. We're a family winery located in Egin, in Albacete, close to Jumilla. In fact, we are the only winery located in this village. We started the project in 2016 as part of a natural evolution for us, which was that just jumping to be or to do something professional out of our wines that we were just making at home for friends and for family and everything. So just taking the wonderful vines we own, we decided to go ahead and start producing professional wine. Our wine is well, the vines are located in the more western area of the appellation of Jumilla, and they are located at a high altitude. All of our wines or of our vines are located above 800 meters over sea level, and they were planted a long time ago, and we've been trying to recover them from many years ago because they are ungrafted. So we have this mixture of ungrafted recovered vines and the original ones. I believe that the oldest ones are around 40 years now, and they are organic farming since 19 93, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. As part of this project, we have it in a symbiotic environment with all of our almond trees, which is the main harvest in our plots. But we wanted to respect the vine and develop it and recover that. So we've been trying to do so. Regarding the wine, in front of you, you will have a red wine, a young red wine made 100% out of monastrell variety. It's not made in contact with good, so we just harvest the grapes by hand. We transport them to the winery, and just they go straight directly into the inox deposits. The production here is really small. We produce almost 5,000 bottles per annum, and regarding the 2020, we just produced 4,500. For 2021, we produced 5,000, and in 2022 we have not produced because due to climatology and weather and everything, we considered that the grape weren't given the quality required for the wine we aim to make. So regarding the wine itself, we have focused obviously in the inside in the in the liquid. We have I mean we try to make it without any any external an external how to say that, an external deviation from what the grape needs to wants to give us. So our work here is really small. The point here is that we aim to respect the grape as much as possible. So the grapes, once in the deposits, rest in contact with the skins for approximately 14 days. Then we separate them and we let the wine for fermentation. We wait until the malolactic fermentation is done naturally, and then we keep it in the deposit for just gravity decantation, and then we bottle it. So it's just it's a really simple process and a simple wine. The point here is that I mean, we have already put some effort in the bottle itself, as we want it to be part of the identification of the project and the area. So in the bottle you will see the goats, which are part of the World Heritage. I think they're Neanderthal paintings located in Aegean. We have included also Braille system for blind people being included in the project, and for them to know what they are drinking, because for us the project focus also in the people itself, and that's also the reason we have included the names of all the people that helps us making it possible. And you will see like the name of the winemaker, who is Juan Santos. You will see the name of Manuel, who is the one taking care of the land, as neither my father nor me, we are not 100% working on the project. I mean, we have our own work on our own jobs, and this is so little that for now we cannot live out of it entirely. But we hope to do so in the future. And of course, the cork is made of a natural cork from one piece, and the bottle we try to have the crystal from recycled crystal. Not is not always possible, but we tend to look for that.
Ramon,
Yes,
just sorry for interrupting you.
No, yeah, of course.
It's really limited because this is only 4,500 bottles, right?
Yes, yes.
This wine. And there are two questions here in chat. First, about malolactic fermentation, whether it was finished or done. Yeah.
Yeah,
but you already.
Yeah, for us, it was completely finished. In fact, it take so long until we could bottle the wine because of the weather and the temperature and everything. As we don't alter that like with technical ways. So it took like maybe 8 months to completely finish the malolactic fermentation. So yeah, for us it was completely done. And regarding the touch of oaks, no, I mean we don't have any barrels at the winery, so the wine goes directly to the bottle after the inox deposits.
14.5 euro shelf price in Spain.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
No importer in Poland by now.
No importer in Poland by now. We hope to have one soon. And just to remark this wine last year in the former quality contest of the appellation, we were awarded with a gold medal and a special mention to best wine in the category. So we were really pleased because it's for real, it's our third bottle. I mean, it's for our third harvest. First one was 2017, then 2019, because 2018 we consider also the grapes not being able to produce a quality wine with minimal intervention. So yeah, this is the third one we have on the market.
And Yola is writing great wine. So very good.
Thank you so much for
great wine. Any other comments, guys? Yeah. Krakow. Someone is writing something. No? Okay, guys. Thank you very much, Ramon.
Okay, thank you so
you.
much, Pedro.
Hope to see your wine in Poland soon. And now Bodega Salsillo and Pablo Jose. Pablo Jose, number 12. Yeah, we have to speed up. Yeah, Pablo Jose.
Yeah.
And I hear you. Yes. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Okay, let's do it. First of all, dzień dobry to everyone. I'm Pablo Roman from Bodega Salsillo, and it's a pleasure to talk to Polish people because I did my Erasmus in Poland and I have pretty good memories from there. I don't know how many pierogies I could eat. Okay, now I'm going with the main question. Bodega Salsillo is a family winery located in Jumilla that has been in the wine industry for over 2 decades. The winery was named in honor of the Murcian sculptor Francisco Salzillo, considered one of the most important Baroque artists on the 18th century. At Bodega Salsillo, we strive for extreme quality, which is why we work alongside the best producers in the area, always ensuring phytosanitary control of the plots, fieldwork, treatments, and of course, the control of ripeness to guarantee the quality of the grape. We are proud to say that at Bodega Salsillo, we are flexible in offering a variety of formats and size when producing our wines, from the size of the bottles to the type of cap and even private labels. We aim to provide our customer with a range of options. We like to say that we are always open to talk. We are also proud to offer a diverse catalog after putting in great effort to ensure the quality of the wine at an affordable price. Our extensive catalog includes 10 exclusive wines, including white wines made with Sauvignon Blanc or Macabeo, red wines with and without aging made from Monastrell, Syrah, and Cabernet grapes, a Monastrell rosé wine, and a full Monastrell sweet wine. But today I'm here to talk about our full Monastrell red wine called Huertano, which has won several awards, such as the Grand Gold Medal and the Best Dry Red Wine Medal at the Berliner Wine Trophy in 2021. Firstly, let me tell you about the label. You could ask yourself, why those two dots about the U and the design with those colors? Well, the figure of Huertano in the region of Murcia refers to people who work in the fields a long time ago. People who create their own dialect called Panocho, which has disappeared. That is why we want to pay tribute to them with this label. In addition, the design of the U is based on the Huertano best. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what is inside the bottle. The Huertano wine is made from grapes from a 23 years old vineyards, grown extensively in a clay soil area. The vines are located at an altitude of about 650 meters, and the grapes are harvested manually in early October. It has a maceration time of 8 days, and its barrel aging consists of 4 months in a French 300-liter oak barrel with a medium height toasting. With all of this, we achieve Huertano's unique characteristics, which include an intense cherry color with purple tones. On nose, it presents fruity and floral aromas, such as rose, linked to dairy aromas, and also hints of coffee and smoke. And in mouth, we get an expressive, succulent, and persistent wine. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Yeah.
Well, some comments.
Yeah.
Light and kind of sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Pablo, tell me the shelf price in Spain.
It's below 10 euro, between 8 and 10 euro.
Okay. And for the moment, no distributor in Poland, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. 80,000 bottles, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 80,000 per year.
Okay, guys. Any comments?
Any comments?
It's a very nice label. It's a very nice wine.
Typical from Murcia.
And someone is writing.
Okay.
Or typing. Two people even.
Muy rico postre.
Wondering about food pairing. Very interesting wine.
Yeah. Okay, if I have to say, I will say that you can drink Huertano even with the aperitif or with the dessert. But if I have to choose, I will say a salad with goat cheese or even a cheese board with pate and foie and jam.
And there's something in Spanish which I don't understand, and I don't know what does it mean. Muy rico postre.
Very likely dessert. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pablo. And so pierogi, yes, this is the best thing you remember from here.
I think it's the most food that I have even eaten there. I ate a lot of pierogi.
Good.
Okay.
And kielbasa? No kielbasa?
No kielbasa. And also soplica.
Don't say to your mother. No.
No.
Pizza is no good.
Not here.
It's dangerous. Okay. And
Okay.
Warsaw sommeliers, have you tried Polish wine?
Yeah, just once.
Just once. Okay. Don't make any comments, right? Good. Thank you very much, Pablo.
Okay.
Hope to see your wine in Poland.
For sure.
Kind. That's very kind. You just stopped at once. Yes, just once. Good. Very well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. And now this is the last wine, Bodegas Alceño, and it's Fran. Fran, hi.
Yeah.
Good.
Hi, Piotr. How are you?
Very well. And you? So the floor is yours, Fran.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you everybody for coming today. That is a pleasure to be here again. That is the second time for us that I was last year again. And well, we are talking about the winery and we are talking about my wines. I think so that you hear every evening about the soils, about the terroir, about the plots, about the different part of Jumilla, and I think so that I'm going to introduce about my winery. I'm the sport manager of the winery. I'm working here only less of 2 years ago, but I'm family tradition working the world wine during 5 generations. Okay, and you can see here the picture about the family tradition winery, 1870, located in the center of Jumilla. It's one of the oldest commercial winery in the area that maintain the same traditional methods of winemaking, but adapting according to the new market demands. Okay, so next picture, please. So here we have a picture of Juan Miguel. Juan Miguel, I think so that is one of the best winemaker of the regions, because he's working in this winery about 25 years ago. So you can see here tasting some wine in the oldest barrel warehouse. And I think so that he is one of the more important winemaker of monastery grapes. He knows about all things of this variety. Now we control about around 500 hectares, but it's curious because the people ask me about the old vineyards. We don't have any vineyards, but we can control about 500 hectares. So I think so that, and I say always that it's a good idea, because we can control different viticultures. We can control different extra, we can control different plots, different soils, different terroir, different stone, because we can control the different level of sea. We can control vineyards in Jumilla about 350, 400 meters of altitude, and we can control it in the different part of Jumilla, different city of the Dio, about 900, 950 altitude. So it's good because when we can select the different grapes, we have to choose different quality and different style of wine that we can produce. So here is Andres and Juan. Juan is the father of this project. They bought this winery because it's a family tradition winery working in the world wine, but they bought this winery around 14, 15 years ago. Andres now actually is the younger of the brothers, and he's working here and is the manager. We have different grapes. Today we are testing monastery grapes, but we can control monastery, Tempranillo, and Syrah. That is the 3 varieties that we might control it, and Garnacha Tintorera also, because we have different plots in Montour, Montalegre, Albatana, that's different city of the Dio. And in the white grapes, we are working now very good with the Sauvignon Blanc. This is a typical grapes. And now I think so that the next picture is about the wine. This is one of we have different warehouse of oak in the winery, because the winery is very oldest. So now I'm in the new winery that is different to the oldest winery. So in the first winery, 1870, is different altitude for the winery. So we have different warehouse of barrels also. And here we have a beer factory to produce a lot of million of barrels. But Alceño winery, we can elaborate only Alceño brand. That is special wine. It's one of the best brands. This is the first barrel of a lot of years ago. You can see here about the 35,000 liters of wood, but it is not French and oak. This is a Spanish oak. It's different. It's a nice picture, but it's older. And well, now this is the wine that you can see here also is 150 anniversary, because we have about a special success with this wine, because this is a in the occasion of the 150th anniversary 2 years ago, we launched an edition limited of this wine that is the reflect to the idea is reflect the work done we did the elite wine of the DO. So we combine the different plots of Monastrell, different plots of different altitudes also. So we have to select a very special wine to the anniversary. So this is a Monastrell 100% with different plots. It's not in the same plot, but different terroir also. And we select the best French oak. We put 1 year in oak in this wine. So it's really, really nice. I'm going to try with you also. And I'm going to open the bottle. So this is the new vintage because the first vintage of this wine, it was 2017. So we produced only 8,000 bottles. So it's sold out in 1 month. The next year, everybody asked about the wine. So we thought about it's good idea or no good idea because the first idea is limited edition, only 1 year. But we have excellent success and we produce 12,000 bottles, second vintage. And this is the third vintage, 2019, is 20,000 bottles. Okay, so it's the same wine, the same grapes, the same oak, new oak. So I think so that when you're tasting, I think so that is excellent wine.
Sorry, Fran, this is 25 or 20,000 bottles?
20,000 bottles.
20,000. Okay.
20,000 bottles. This vintage, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's intensive and complex nose in very high color also. It's powerful wine with mineral aromas, red fruit, black fruit. It's powerful the first time, maybe open now. It's good balance, great volume, good tannic. It is very serious and very elegant wine. Somebody write about elegant wine. I think so that we like to show to the people, to the consumer about the history of the winery in only 1 bottle of wine. So it's difficult, but I think so that we have excellent success with this wine.
Yeah, it's also. Is it true that Spanish oak gives more bitterness than French and American or American oaks?
Yeah,
a question.
It's French. It's a mistake here. I can say here that is in the technical sheet. I don't know why. It's in Spanish it's French oak and in English it's American and French, but it's only French oak. It's 1 year in French oak. It's new French oak.
Amazing wine. The finish is long and beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
And very elegant wine. And there was also a question about the type of bottle. Why this type of bottle you choose?
Yeah. The price in Spain is around 12, 14 now because it's different price the first time now, which is growing the price with everybody. So now it's between 12 and 14, more or less.
Okay. And your Polish importer is MP Pawlina.
Yeah, MP Paulina. Yeah, from some years ago.
Okay. And coming back to the bottle, why do you choose this type of bottle? The question in the chat.
Yeah, that is really nice because we needed something different bottle. So this is a special bottle, I think so that for a special wine. Okay. So it's really nice wine. It's really nice bottle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's really nice.
So. It's totally different. Yeah.
It's totally different. Yeah. So 20,000 bottles, 12 to 14 euro shelf price in Spain. And MP Pawlina, your importer in Poland. Very well. Very well. Thank you very much, Fran.
And, enjoy the wine, everybody.
Thank you. And I'm happy to meet you again and hope to.
Okay, me too. Me too. It's always a pleasure to see you and to taste the wine with the Poland people. Yeah.
Very happy. Very well. Carolina, Esther, anybody? Thank you very much, Fran. Or Kevin home alone? No, Esther. Hi. Can't hear you. No micro.
Okay, sorry about that. Nothing. I think it has been a great tasting. I'm thanking you from the masterclass, from the seminar, all your activities to promote the wines in Poland. And of course, thanking all the Polish people for watching, for the interest, and for the enjoyment with the wines. Jumilla is waiting for you. We have 2 social media channels, one in Spanish and one in English. So probably it's better if you look for us in the Jumilla Wine ID, even though Vinos Jumilla you can also follow, because of course it translates automatically to Polish. And we do more local news, more news for Spanish, which I think is closer to Poland than the States. And of course, welcome you here in Jumilla. You are very invited to come over and to visit this heartbreaking landscape. It's a bit like walking in the moon. It's nothing like I've seen in Poland. This is not green, it's all yellow and brown and stones, not even vegetation. It's something you have to live at least once. So welcome here, and viva el vino.
Thank you very much, Esther. It was really interesting, but just believe me, we are not green all year round. We are not green.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. We would love to visit. Thank you very much for very interesting tasting. And people are commenting in chat. Thank you. It was a pleasure. And
anyone having any question can go through you and then back to us. We are ready to put everyone in contact with everyone if it's your interest.
Thank you so much from Poznań. Thank you for so wonderful red evening. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for an interesting presentation. Good job.
I have a line in Polish for you to finish with. Ting.
Oh, wow, Esther. You're very good.
Okay, well, see you around. We will be in Fenavín if anyone is coming. The Spanish Wine Fair just in 2 weeks' time in Ciudad Real. So we will be there with 18 wineries. Could be a good moment to pass over and say hi and taste a bit more.
Yeah, so Fenavín in 2 weeks. Very well. Dziękujemy. Greetings from Krakow. So thank you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, Esther.
Thank you so much.
Thank wineries for very, very, very exciting evening. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
And drive safely. Don't drive now. Yeah.
Yes, drive safely.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.